Greetings, noble viewers. Welcome back to Brothers Grimdark, where we have another Kill Team battle report for you. This battle is Thousand Suns Warp Coven against Orc Kommandos. And do you want to tell us about the mission, Owen?
Yeah, the mission is loot and salvage, which gives us 6 objective markers, both with essentially 3 charges. Each team can score a maximum of 4 VPs per turning point by performing an action on the objective marker to loot it, and that will take the charge from, if it was at 3 down to 2 and 2 down to 1 and so on, and that's essentially the mission there.
Okay, do you want to give us a rundown of your team then?
Yeah, so my team is the Warp Coven, and I'm running 3 sorcerers and 3 Rubik Marines, with one of them being a heavy gunner guy there. My sorcerer with the mutant arm is like putting his staff forward.
Yeah, that's this one.
His boon of Zinch is mutation, which gives him a free mission action, so he can essentially loot one of those objectives without using an APL once per turning point.
Cool. He
is of the Warp Fire Psychic Discipline, and his weapon is a Prosperine Kosh, which gives him a little bit extra. I think it gives him a 5+ lethal in close combat instead of the usual. The other sorcerer I have, who is flying, he will get the immaterial flight boon, and he is of the Tempiric Psychic Discipline, and his weapon, I think it's just an Inferno, a standard Inferno bolt pistol. The big sorcerer guy,
that's this one,
is gone with Crystalline, which will the Crystalline boon, which is +1 to his armor save, giving him a 2+ armor save. He is of the Destiny Psychic Discipline, and he is using the Warp Flame pistol. The equipment is on that guy that I just mentioned. He has the Sorcerer's Scroll for 4 EP, which gives him access to any of the other Psychic Disciplines once per turning point. And that's a 1-use only equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And the remaining equipment is 3 Arcane Robes at 2 EP each on each of those Sorcerers, which allows them to, once per battle, change a crit to normal damage, and that's it.
Okay, it's all very complicated, isn't it? The Warp Coven equipment and stuff, psychic powers.
Yeah, it's picking. I think if you're starting off, you're best off picking maybe 1 psychic discipline for all 3, and then you just have to remember one of them.
They are well painted though. I do appreciate that. Anyway, my team is the Orc Kommandos. I haven't gone for the regular roster of all the specialists this time. I've just gone for all boys except the Rocket Boys, you can see there, and the Comms Boy, and the Boss Knob, obviously. All the rest are just boys with chopper sluggers. My equipment is, I've got 2 ropes. One is on the Rocket Boy, and the other is on the guy with the green shirt, which is him there. I've got a chopper on the Comms guy. I've got 2 smoke grenades. One on the guy on the end there who's got a pistol in both of his hands, and another one is on the Boss Knob. And that's all my equipment. What we'll do is we'll get everything deployed and set up, and we'll be back once we've started the game.
We rolled off to see who selected who the attacker was. I won the roll off, so I chose for the Kommandos to be the attacker, meaning I was the defender, so I chose this side. I set up my barricades here and here, and the Kommandos set up barricades just here and
in the middle there, yeah.
I then deployed 3 of my guys in engage, 3 of them with conceal, and then you did a ploy to deploy this rocket guy here, didn't you?
Yeah, I deployed everyone in their deployment zone back here, and I did the sneaky git, which is a tactical ploy, I think, that you have to use in the setup.
Yeah, it's a tactical ploy, isn't it?
And it lets you set someone up within triangle of a heavy feature.
And Pentagon away from my edge.
Drop zone, which
on my drop
just, we measured it and it just fits there. So everyone's got a conceal order as well, and because of that I managed to do the shh ploy, which gives everyone a free dash. And after that,
I also had. I chose free dash as my scouting option, so I dashed this guy up to here.
Yeah, there's the gunner under there.
The gunner there. and you did your shush, and then you did
shush.
change order during turning point
So yeah,
1.
everyone did the free dash, and I did change an order during turning point 1,
which gave you initiative as well.
Which gave me initiative, and then comms guy, he did one of his APL to increase the APL of this boy, and he did a move and then used his special ability to do a mission action for free to capture that. The other tokens, that's just the smoke grenade and that one, and this one, do you want to explain what that is?
Yeah, so one of my TAC ops was, I think it's Grand Plan, which means that Adam had to select one enemy operative that I need to kill for a VP and one objective that if I control at the end of a turning point I get a VP for, which is this one here. That's what this marker is for.
Yep.
So my aim for that TAC op is to control this objective marker at the end of any turning point for one VP, and then to kill this orc here.
Yeah, I didn't really know who to pick, to be honest, because they're all going to be equally.
And for my first activation, I activated this guy here, who was just back in because he can fly. He moved up, dashed there, and he also did a manifest psychic power action to use ephemeral instability to essentially subtract circle from the orcs' charge and dash actions if they were to perform them this turn point.
Quite a lot, that, isn't it?
And that was it for, that's where we're up to in turning point 1, back to the orcs activation.
So does that mean I'll be dash, if I want to dash, I'm going to be dashing triangle?
So, yeah, triangle, sorry, yeah. Your dash will just be triangle now.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
And your charge will just be your normal move distance.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll do the next turns and we'll come back with what's happened. Next commando activation, I activated the knob and he shimmied around the wall there and threw a smoke grenade, which is there, which is it's got a radius of circle each side, so it's going to cover some people up. And the Warp Coven's next activation.
Activating this guy here, who is of the Warp Fire discipline, and he's going to perform his Firestorm shooting attack on this guy here. Because it is indirect and barrage, he is a valid target to shoot, essentially.
Yeah, because it's measured from
above and
above
indirect.
there.
Well, the cover's measured from above, and indirect means that you essentially ignore cover when selecting valid targets.
Yep.
And he's visible and he's not obscured. So I'll attack him, which is going to be 5 dice, looking for 4+. Which
So
is,
2
that's
6s and a 5.
2 crits and a hit, yeah.
Okay, so I need to roll my defense dice. 2 saves, a critical save and a normal save.
So you take 2 away. It's only 2 damage both sides, so he just takes 2 damage.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna move him up or is that?
Yeah, well, I'll do that afterwards.
Okay, cool. So be back in a second.
So after I shot this guy, I just moved and dashed him to there, so he's within circle of that objective, so he's technically controlling it.
I moved that boy there up from back here, and he's controlling that with his +1 APL, but he's also in smoke, but he can't capture it because he's not close enough. So my next activation.
Well, then I also I moved this guy up, so I moved him up and activated that.
Yep. My next activation, I've changed his order. He's the one I've activated, so he's got engage order, and he's going to shoot the sorcerer down there with his rocket, and I'm going to use Boom Boy because I haven't moved for the turn, which means I get to re-roll any and all of my attack dice. Do you want to take your dice off?
Yeah.
So it's AP1, so you'll be rolling 2 dice.
Unless I choose to do the 5+ invuln.
Okay, yeah, true. It's good if I can re-roll.
Is that 2 hits?
It's 4+, so yeah, 2 hits, and I'll re-roll.
That's really great for me.
No, that's not good
So
for me.
because you hit twice, instead of using my
I get an automatic hit actually because I'm on the
oh, we need to look at that, don't we?
vantage point.
Come on, just
I'll pause it. Yeah, we'll
pause
pause it.
it.
We'll come back.
let me just see what that roll was.
just checked it, and I should have retained one before I rolled.
Just because I'm not in cover though.
Yeah, because you're not in cover. We're new to the terrain, so we made a mistake. But we've kept it anyway, so I've got 3 successful hits. It's going to be AP1 unless you use your...
Yeah, I think in this case I'm better off rolling the 2 for the armor save, which is going to be 2+ save rather than rolling 3 looking for a 5+. So I'll do that.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. How much damage are those normal ones?
There's 4 damage each.
Oh, I have to CP reroll 1.
I was thinking of CP rerolling one of my misses.
If this is a 1, I'm just gonna let myself out. Oh, it's a crit. So I block 1, I take 8 damage.
Take 8. Yep, okay, cool. So, end of turning point 1. This is what the board looks like.
We've essentially, I think we've each looted a point. It's 3 each, I think. So we've got 3 points each for primary objectives. Don't think we've scored any for secondary. There was no more shooting, you just moved all you guys to Overwatch.
Yeah, I just moved them all up.
So we'll just roll for initiative for the next turning point.
Yep. Great, I get 1.
Which is the Warp Coven.
Yeah, so we'll reset all the orders.
We get CP each.
Get a CP each. And we'll start the second turning point. So, start of turning point 2. Did you reveal any...
I had the initiative, so I played 2 strategic ploys. I played Psychic Dominion, which allows me to manifest a psychic power action twice during my activation. And I played Slow and Purposeful, which means that a Rubik Marine that performs a shooting attack, if he hasn't moved, charged, or fallen back, he can re-roll any or all of the attack dice results of 1 result. So if I got like 3 2s, for example, I could re-roll just the 2s.
Yeah, so any of one number.
And then I also revealed damage limitation as attack op.
Yep.
And that was my sort of strategy phase.
At the end of the last turn, I revealed shock tactics, which I didn't get any points in last turn, but hopefully I can score some this turn if I have more objectives than my opponent. And I also spent a CP on WA, or WAG, however you pronounce it, for this turn. So that's how orcs sound, right?
And for my first activation, after thinking about it for way too long, because Warp Coven
way too
is
long.
so annoying.
Yeah, the amount of information you need to already know before playing them is...
I had my sorcerer up here.
Yep.
The first thing he did is he manifested a psychic action for free, thanks to the Icon of Flame who's underneath him, who allows a sorcerer once per
but he's underneath.
turning point to do a psychic action for free. And he did the action which essentially slows everyone down on the other team when they do a charge or a dash. It takes a circle from the movement. So he did that. He then moved down to here, and he's going to do a second psychic action to heal this guy for 2d3, which is this now. Which heals him by 2 wounds.
Wow.
And then he's going to give an extra APL to the Reaper Cannon guy under there, which doesn't cost any APL. And I'm probably just going to dash him into there and keep him on and switch him to engage as well.
Okay, cool. So that was the Warp Coven's first activation of turning point 2. So for the Kommandos' first activation, I activated the boss knob and did Get It Done, which gave this boy an extra APL. And he had 1 APL from the last turn, but he's going to lose that when he's activated. So we're just going to say that this turn he has 3 APL. Just going to carry on over from the knob, and it's going to push out the old one. And the knob charged the Reaper guy who's in there with the big gun, and he's going to fight him with his big chopper. So it's 4 attacks, 2+.
And I have 3 attacks, 3+.
So let me just separate them.
So do you get to change one of those to a crit? Because of WAG.
I think I get to change... I think you can only do it once, I don't think you can do it multiple times. It says 2 or more, which I've got more, so yeah, a crit and 3 normals. So I'm trying to think what to do. I'm going to stop it while I think what to do. So this is what we did. I blocked the first one. He blocked my second one. I hit him with my third one. He hit me, and then I hit him with a crit for the last one, which is what I should have done. I could have killed him, but I didn't get it right. So he's got 1 wound left, and that's the end of the Kommando's first activation.
So for my activation, I activated this sorcerer here. He looted that objective, and he did a normal move up to there, and he's going to use his Doombolt psychic attack on that boy right there, which is going to be 4 attacks looking for 3+. It's lethal 5+, and it's mortal wound 2. So it's 3 hits. No AP or anything.
That's 5+. Save one of them.
So it's 3 damage on each of those.
So we take 6.
And then for my last thing, I'm going to spend 1 CP on a tactical ploy called Capricious Plan, which lets me do a free dash with him and change his order. So I'm going to just dash him to there and change that to a conceal order.
Okay. For the Kommando's next activation, I activated Comms Boy, who increased the APL of the boss knob by 1 with his, he's called Listen In, his special thing, special ability. And then I've changed his order to engage. I did that at the beginning of the turn. And he's going to shoot the sorcerer with his shotgun, which is 6 attacks, 4+. That was a miss, miss, miss.
Don't crits do something with that?
Yeah, the crits stun him, which I think that just means it reduces his APL, and he takes 2 mortal wounds per crit.
Right.
If that's right, let me just check the book. Yeah, he's stunned, so his APL's reduced, and he takes... They're 1 damage on their own.
Okay, so I've just got 3 dice, yeah?
Yep.
That's terrible. So I block that one.
Okay, so you take 1 each.
Plus the 4 from the
plus
mortal
the
wounds.
4 from the mortal wounds, so 6 in
6.
total, yeah.
Right. Which leaves him with 7.
That's the end of Comms Boy's activation and the Kommando's activation. Okay, so it's the Warp Coven's activation.
So his APL is now reduced by 1 because of this guy shooting him. His first action is going to manifest the psychic power for both of his APL. The first one being Infernal Fire, which he's going to cast on this guy, which allows him to re-roll any or all of his attack dice in a shooting or combat. So we'll do against him first, which is 5 dice, 4+. Re-rolling those. That's critting 2 hits.
So 5+. Saved 1.
And then it's just 2/2, so it's 4 damage it takes.
Okay, so we've done a 4.
And then for the guy next to him, because it's blast triangle, but no rerolls on this one. Critting 2 hits.
5+ again. Didn't get any saves that time.
So it's 6 damage.
We've done 4 wounds as well.
And that's him done.
Okay, cool. So for the Warp Coven's activation, we can see in there the guy with the cannon. What's it called? The Soul.
It's called a Soul Reaper Cannon.
Soul Reaper Cannon. He's fallen back through that gap.
He's going to try and reap the soul of that knob.
Yeah, hopefully not. He's fallen back just enough to still be in control of that point. but to be far enough away so he's not within engagement range of the knob.
And he's got one extra APL.
He's got one extra APL because of the +1. So he's going to shoot the knob, and he's injured, so it's going to be
4 plus 6
+1
dice.
ballistic skill. 6 dice. Jeez. Oh jeez.
That's a crit in 2 hits.
So the knob's got 4+ save. He's got 10 wounds, so hopefully we can do something. That's a crit and a normal. So he would take 3 damage, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
From that.
Oh, it's AP1.
Oh dear.
Let's just pretend it was the one that failed.
Okay.
So I didn't say.
So yeah, he takes 3 wounds. Okay. Okay, so next activation, I will. Well, I not will. I have charged that Rubric Marine with the boy at the back. So he's the second one in combat. And he's going to fight him, so it's going to be 2+ instead of 3+. Oops. Dropped one. Let me roll this one. That's terrible.
You just knocked that to a crit.
Oh dear.
It was a 2.
So I got one hit.
It was a 2, but then changed one to a crit anyway, so I guess it works out.
So they're both hits, aren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, it does work out. You're right. Sorry. So you got a crit. So yeah, that'll become a crit. That's a miss. How many wounds do they have?
12.
12. So if I did 6 and then you block that one, I'd do. I will block your crit.
Yep.
And then hit you for 2 normals, which 4 each.
Right, so he's got 4 wounds left.
So, 1,000 Suns.
I've got my flame icon guy under here who's going to just switch to an engage, and he's going to just shoot the knob and just stay where he is, so I get to reroll any or all dice results of the same result.
And you get 2 1s, which works out quite nicely, kind of.
I need to stop using these dice.
To another 2 1s. Oh, another 1 though. And it's AP 1, so I only get 2 dice. So looking for 4+. Come on, boss knob. So I save 1, the normal. I don't save the. I might just a scratch. How many wounds has he got left? 7. Do you know what? I'll just take it. I'll save that for a different time. So I take 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave him with 3. So, Kommandos, next activation.
Is it infiltration?
I'll reveal it when I reveal attack of.
Is he not too close to his mate for you to like take him away? Is that what you're trying to do?
That's not what I'm trying to do.
Oh, you're trying to
Well, how about you just wait till I get to it?
I thought you're trying to do the punch thing where you don't implant.
How about you wait till I get to that, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing. I charged from here to there, the 1 wound Soul Reaper guy. So I'm going to fight him. 4 attacks, 3+.
Heart man again.
So that's a crit. In 3 normals.
Change my dice, as you can see, already better. 2 5+.
Okay, so I will implant, and then I will reveal implant. Well, I'll do it at the same time, technically. There you go, so you guys can read that, even though I'm sure you got your own. Instead of damaging him, I'm going to implant him and score a VP. So what are you going to do now?
I'll just hit you for 3.
Okay, and then I will block your next one. And then you're dead, yeah. Yeah, I think you're dead. I forgot that you only had 1 wound.
Just toying with him.
Yep. So, all the Warp Coven have done all their activations, so it's on to Overwatch. I'm just getting my dice out of the thing. So he's, he's overwatching with that icon guy onto the knob.
Yeah, so now I have 4 dice looking for 4+, and it's AP 1.
So only get 2 dice. 4+. Yeah, boy, that's a crit right there. You see that? That's a crit. Which blocks? That crit.
I'm so surprised.
Seems as though that dice change hasn't really helped.
Nope.
Oh dear. Poor Owen. So, for my last activation, I moved the boy. Well, he captured that point and moved over the barricade to there. If you wonder what that noise is, Looney.
She's pestering me with this delicious burger. She's keeping the scores, aren't you, Luna? Anyway.
Yeah, back to the game.
So
he's going to Overwatch. He's going to Overwatch with the sorcerer on the boss knob again. So
4 dice looking for 4+.
Inferno Bolt Pistol. Sorry about the sound, everyone.
AP 1. Just let me please kill 1 orc.
Yeah, we just realised that you've not killed the orc yet. What do you think of that, Loons?
That was the
Tell
sound
me.
of quiet desperation, me killing myself. And
Okay,
then you'll
so
just you'll again roll a flipping...
4+. That was nearly a 6, but yeah, that's it. Oh no. I don't save the crit, do I?
Well, just a scratch.
He would die, wouldn't he? How much is that?
That's 4, he would die.
So I'll have to just a scratch.
Yeah.
Which...
Luna disapproves of. Dirty Luna. Yeah.
I can't remember what it... Does it just make it normal damage? Or does it
No,
ignore?
just a scratch just ignores the damage.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Sweet. Take my CP and take no damage. The orcs live another round. Okay, so it's the end of turning point 2. My last activations, I moved the rocket boy this way a bit. So he's got a better view vantage point down there. I moved him, who was originally on the point, he's moved back there after he looted it. That point was been looted by me, and this guy moved from there down to here to maintain control of that point. And that's what the Kommandos did for the rest of it, which brings us to the end of turning point 2. And because I control more points than my enemy does, I get the second VP for shock tactics, because it's the end of the second turning point. And we need to roll for initiative for the next turn, so we'll do that now. That's mine.
Colour me surprised by the 1 I just rolled.
I know, you've not rolled many of them this game. So we'll reset tokens and continue with turning point 3. Begin the turning point 3. Strategic ploys. Kommandos did WAG again.
I did 2 psychic powers.
Thousand Suns did the one that gives you 2 psychic powers. And
I'm going to use
Thousand
this
Sun
guy.
activation. It changes order to engage, and he's going to Doom Bolt the Rocket Boy. So here we go.
Looking for 3+. What's happening? What is actually happening?
That is
unbelievable. What do you say? What do you say to that? Why are you even rolling your dice? I miss everything. What's the point?
Wow, we were just saying before we started filming this bit that how bad his rolls have been this turn. And I was like, oh no, he's in the open. You'll definitely kill him this time. And you rolled 2 1s and 2. Was it 2 1s and 2 2s?
It was 3 1s and a 2, I think, or 3 2s and a 1.
Either way, it was 4 misses.
Yep.
So yeah, that's terrible luck.
Well,
Can you do anything else with him?
He's gonna shoot that guy with his pistol. So I'll do. May as well do that.
Okay, so that's the boy under there, for everyone who can see.
I think it's just the same.
What about, can he be shot with, he's not circled away from the cover, is he? He is being intersected by heavy cover though.
No, but he's not more than circle away, is he? He's just essentially out in the open there. The Warpcoven pistol is 5 attacks, 2+, 2/4 AP1. Surely you can't go wrong with 2+.
Well, we'll see. Can you shoot the same turn as using Doom Bolt? If that's a shooting attack.
Yeah, because the Doom Bolt is a free shoot action.
Oh yeah.
When it's manifested as a psychic power.
So I've got my 3 dice. At least you got some hits there.
It's AP1.
Plus, oh, AP1. Okay. 2 6s. No, and they're not saves either. Which is terrible. So he's dead, isn't he? Is he dead?
No, he's not dead.
How many damage are they each?
It's 2 damage.
2, 4, 6, 8. Wow. Oh man. So he's got 2 wounds left.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're doing with him, or is that?
The last thing I'll do, because I know I'm going to get shot by the rocket guy and he hasn't moved, so he's going to have to re-roll. I'm going to use Twist Destiny Psychic Power on him, which means in the roll attack dice step of a shooting attack, your opponent cannot re-roll their attack dice, and that enemy operative ignores all positive modifiers to his APL.
So it's only people who are shooting him.
It's the rocket guy. I've selected the one rocket guy.
So it's the rocket guy, okay.
Yeah. And that's it.
Okay, cool. So the Kommandos' next activation activated Comms Boy, and he used his free ability to pick up, or to loot that point there, sorry, not pick it up. And he's moved forward a little bit, and he's going to shoot the sorcerer back there. He's got an engage order with his shotgun, which is 6 attacks. I think is it 4+. Let me check. Oh, speaking of bad rolls. I get 1 hit, which you can retain because you're behind a guy.
Okay.
So it doesn't do anything. It doesn't have any special rules either. So I didn't get any crits. So yeah, that's the end of that activation. Okay, the next activation, this sorcerer is going to fight this boy. He's already injured with 4 wounds, so...
It's 4 attacks, 3+, it's going to be it's lethal 5+, and it'll be relentless because he's got the Prosperine.
So this boy's doomed.
I think he's just dead because he's got 4 wounds, hasn't he?
Well, how much damage does yours do?
It's 4/6.
Oh, okay.
Which that's 6, so...
And I can't just a scratch, so yeah, he's dead. I'll stop filming and take it off. You do anything else with him?
I am, yeah.
I'll take him away then.
I will then, it's 10.3.
Yes.
I'll then perform Sorceress Ritual and reveal that. Don't get anything for it, just reveal it.
What does it mean?
You just perform an action. If I do it for 2 or more turning points, I get 1 VP. If I do it for 3 or more, I get the other VP.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have to be within circle and not within circle of an enemy operative.
Which I don't think you are there.
No. And then his last APL.
You're not going to do anything that involves dice, are you? So we can.
I might do.
Oh.
I'm not going to do anything involving dice, I'm just going to move him to there.
Okay, cool. The next commando activation, I moved this boy forward a bit and he threw a smoke grenade into this fray, which is that token there. So that should protect the knob and that boy from any danger that lurks in there. Okay.
I activated this guy who gave the icon flame an extra APL. He then moved and dashed to there, activated that objective, and then for his free psychic action, thanks to the icon of flame, he's going to shoot the rocket guy with his flux blast.
Poor rocket guy.
Which is 4 dice, 3+, and it's rending.
That's a crit and a normal.
So to get a crit, I can change a normal hit to a crit, which is that one.
So it's 2 crits essentially.
Yeah, 2 crits and 2 misses.
Okay, so 5+. Oops. So I block 1.
Take 4 damage.
Okay. Before, I think I showed you him about the taking 8 wounds when it should have been that boy down there. So I've corrected that, obviously. He's got 2 wounds now. He was on 4 wounds, but he's taking damage then, so just letting you know. Back to the commandos. I'm going to use Rocket Boy, his activation, to shoot the big man sorcerer. Although he's on a punishing vantage point, because he's in cover, I don't get the benefit of retaining an automatic hit. So it's 5 attacks, 4+. It's a shame I can't re-roll them, but I can't because of the psychic power. So that's a crit, it's AP1. He takes 1 damage anyway from the splash, automatically.
I would say I'm better off rolling the 2+ armor save, but I don't know. I can retain 1, can't I?
Yeah, he's in cover, so you can retain 1.
So I'll retain 1, and I'll just roll my armor save, which is 2 dice.
This is risky based on the rolls you've
Well,
been
it's either
getting.
that or a 5+. I don't think I'm going to go for a 5+ for
Okay,
an
fair
invulnerable
enough.
save.
Which you could have done, you got a 6. So yeah, you blocked the normal damage, but you take 1 from the splash for the crit. Back to the Thousand Suns.
Icon of Flame fell back.
Like, got all flame.
Shooting comms guy with his last APL, 4 dice, 3+, AP1.
That's annoying. Comms boy's gonna die. Give me some 6s. Saved one of the norms, but he's probably dead.
It's 3-4. So
Yeah,
7.
so he's dead. Oh dear. Are you doing anything else with him? Or you've
That's
done...
it, he's all out of his APL, so.
Back to commandos again.
He's got 4 left.
Oh yeah, I'm activating this guy, and he's going to fight the Rubric Marine. It's going to be 2+ because he's got another guy helping him. It's going to be 4 attacks, 2+. Of course I get 1, but 2 crits is not bad. 2 crits and a hit.
He's just dead, isn't he?
Not necessarily. I might use implant, so you need to roll. How much damage do your attacks do?
3-4.
I will implant you with that one, which doesn't get me any points, but puts me closer to doing it.
How much do your crits do? 5?
Yeah.
I'll just hit you for 4.
And then, yeah, I'll hit you.
Yeah, I'll take him down.
And then I'm gonna capture hostage and infiltrate with that guy, which scores me 1 VP. And it's the third turning point, so I score an extra VP. Just reading this. So yeah, I scored 2 VP for that. I have to remove him from the battlefield there. So it's 1,000 Suns Overwatch, and the Sorcerer is going to overwatch this pistol boy. I'm looking for 5s. Let's save them both. That's very lucky. The last couple of Kommandos activations, this boy moved from there and looted that point. There he is. He captured or looted that point and then did a normal move forward to there. And this guy moved from here, did a normal move and hid round there. And that's the end of turning point 3. So we need to go on to turning point 4, but we'll do the initiative first. So initiative goes to Kommandos again. We'll reset tokens, do ploys, and begin turning point 4. Beginning of turning point 4, Kommandos used WAG again, and 1,000 Suns used Exalted Astartes, which allows them to shoot twice and fight twice with sorcerers, I think. Then you can use psychic attacks included in that, is that right?
Yeah.
So first activation for the Kommandos is going to be Rocket Boy, and he's going to shoot at the sorcerer on on objective 3. So it's going to be 5 attacks, 4+. I can re-roll because I haven't moved. So that's 4 hits and a crit.
I'll use the invulnerable save. Nope. It's dead.
Yep. And then that's, I'm not going to do anything else with the Rocket Boy, so we'll pass. Okay, so back with 1,000 Suns.
So I've charged those 2, and I'm going to start by fighting the knob, and then I'm going to fight the other guy as well.
Yeah, he is facing the wrong way, but it's because it's difficult to manoeuvre them when they're underneath this terrain. So yeah, the knob's only got 3 wounds, so...
Just 4 dice, 3+. 4 damage for those, so he's just dead.
Yep, so I can't block the initial one, so he's gonna die from that. Move that off as well. Sorry about it taking a while. And you're gonna attack the boy next, I imagine.
Yeah.
And he's also dead because he's only got 2 wounds.
Yeah.
He just completely eviscerated those 2 orcs, swinging his staff around. Brutal. So that's his APL used, isn't it?
He's also going to give that Rubric Marine an extra APL again.
Does that cost him anything to do?
No, it's just an ability, Rubric Command. And then I don't know if I can... Or just stop it.
Okay. Back with the Kommandos. This boy here charged from back there into this sorcerer with 6 wounds left. Hopefully I've got to kill him. 4 attacks, 3+. So that's 2 crits and a hit for me. So just do 2 normals for you.
Yeah.
I will block your normal, your first one.
And I'll just hit you for 4.
Okay. And then I will implant you, and then hit you with 2 crits, which will kill you.
Right.
Which means I score another point for the tack up implant. That's the end of my activation.
I activated my icon of Flame, who moved to the objective, activated it, and then he's going to shoot that guy with his last APL. It's AP1 as well.
Okay, so I get 2. I'm looking for 5s. No. So how much damage do I take?
Oh, it's 3, 3, and 4.
Oh, so he's dead. He only has 4. Poor pistol guy. End of turning point 4, and this is what the board looks like. We've got 3 guys left on the Kommandos team and 2 guys left on the Thousand Sun, which is a sorcerer, and the icon guy. But more importantly, all of the points have been looted by everyone. So yeah, that's it. What we'll do is we'll top up everything and we'll come back for the post-game talk. Hi guys, this is the post-battle breakdown where we have a little discussion about how the battle went and if we thought it was good or not, if we thought we did it any good. The scores: Thousand Suns for primary scored 6, secondary they scored 2, Kommandos primary scored 12, secondary scored 5, which leaves the scores at Warp Coven with 8, Kommandos with 17. So the Kommandos win. So the game obviously went well for me because I was Kommandos. What about you, Owen?
It was just a bit, I think it was quite frustrating as the Warp Coven because I couldn't really shoot any orks from any distance because of the concealment and heavy cover everywhere, and I ended up with just big balls of models that couldn't actually go anywhere or do anything.
Yeah, underneath that, the terrain, there was a big cluster that just got stuck, and around the side of that terrain as well. You had most of your guys ended up around there, and then you only had a couple on the other side, which you needed him for. The one on the right on the screen, you needed him to capture that point.
Yeah, maybe I should have just neglected that and just gone for the 3 on the right side, but then I would have missed out.
That's an idea.
I would just left one whole side to you, and you have so many bodies that you would have got those 3 and then nicked some off me as well.
Yeah, I would have probably got those 3 and made my way over to your side. So I don't think the mission really helped, like your team, because you've got less bodies. You've got some 3 APL guys, but
I think the mission combined with heavy cover and concealment wasn't good.
Well, no, if you're a shooting based team, heavy cover's not good news, really. With mine, I had a couple. I even have a couple. I had one shooting guy on my team, really. One that was actually meant for shooting, which was the Rocket Boy.
I just couldn't kill anyone either. I was shooting people, and it took me until I think turning point 3 to kill 1 orc, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, your rolls were very bad, even for you. And I got 6s and 5s again with Kommandos. Like, I love orcs and Kommandos. The reason I built this team, like without all the normal specialists, is because I like playing greenskins, but you can't play them in tournaments anymore officially. You've got to use the team that replaces the Compendian team. But you can use as many boys as you want in the slots. So I wanted to make it like greenskins, but with Kommandos, because greenskins' weakness is that you have to go engage to charge, but with Kommandos you obviously don't. And I obviously swapped the other gunner boy for a comms guy because he's really helpful for getting things done, especially with the boss knob's ability of increasing the APL. For missions like this, the comms guy is great for doing mission actions for free. And I thought they were really good, to be honest. Maybe it was just because of the terrain helping me. It was probably because I can stay concealed as well. And the main thing I'm wanting to do is fight, so I don't really need to engage, I can just stay concealed and move up the board and do things. And Owen obviously couldn't shoot me or anything because of that. And then when I got too close, I'd hit him and do damage to him, which meant he'd have to fall back, which would use his APL, which just put him in a bad position. But having a lot less bodies as well, big disadvantage. And the terrain, it might have helped if you could get someone up onto a vantage point and stay there, but you need them for doing other things.
Because it's heavy terrain, even if you're on a vantage point,
Oh yeah,
concealed, you still
aren't
can't get
they?
shot.
Yeah.
So even then, you're protected. You've got all these places you can go to and be protected. I think if I had them painted, I would have gone Zangors and one sorcerer.
How many
Probably would have been
Zangors do you
better.
get?
I think you get 10 Zangors and one sorcerer. I think.
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting.
It would have been easier to capture objectives and contest them, and they're better in combat as well. They don't have as many wounds as an orc, but if you combine it with some, like, I don't know, some sorcerer powers, maybe it's
It would have been a
for
better
this
match.
mission anyway.
It would have been a better match as well for orcs, like fighting. It would have been more. It would have been more give and take of wounds. What do you think of your? Because you used their tac ops, didn't you? The faction tac ops.
I think the tac ops are awful.
Yeah.
I think they're so annoying to have to get the one where you choose a guy, an objective. You choose a guy and you just hide him.
Yeah, that's I kept him at the back, and
that's
then
it. You don't get a VP for that. The sorceress ritual is another one of those tac ops that costs you an action to do.
Well, I was
Unless-
expecting you to be able to. I was expecting you honestly to fly over to that guy and kill him. I think the
but
fly
the
power
problem
is
is,
really.
I end up, if I fly over there, I end up exposed to get shot by a rocket guy who, as we saw, killed my full wound sorcerer in one shot. And that shooting probably would have killed the custodians in one shot.
It was 3 5s.
It was all hits with like
4
a crit
5s
as well,
and
or
6.
something
Well,
like
no, it was
that.
2 crits and 3 hits, I think. Which 6 12. Yeah, that would have killed the custodians if you didn't.
But I was planning on maybe doing that towards the end, but because you killed him and because my Doom Bolt missed all 4 shots on that rocket guy, and I didn't even manage to get the rocket guy down to injured after shooting him again with the other sorcerer, then I was just like, well, what else can I do?
Yeah, with the team I've got, and the same with Greenskins, if I lose the Rocket Boys, it changes the momentum that I have completely, and it changes the balance of the game. If that Rocket Boy wasn't there, I bet you would have been more comfortable moving out and exposing yourself, and just not trying to hide behind walls all the time.
Yeah, well, you're free to move around the board without the threat of him, because I know you roll and you take like half wounds off someone at least most of the time.
Yeah. But yeah, I only used one of the tac ops, which was shock tactics, which I didn't get. I didn't kill anyone the first round, which is I think you're supposed to do. Let me have a check.
You know, I think
Yeah, you need to capacitate. Oh, you need to just kill someone kill an enemy in the first turn, and then you score a VP, which is pretty easy to do, but not when you're all fight based.
Yeah, I think the Warp Coven tac ops are awful. The one that you have to do an action, the Sorcerer's Ritual, is awful. Maybe, I suppose with that one, it might be best to keep him with the Icon of Flame so you can do a free psychic action and perform that ritual for free, but you've still got to perform an action. It might just be better to stick with just the pure security tac ops and just go with those, because that's what you have to use if you use the rubrics, is security.
They seem like they could be really powerful if you know everything about them. There's just so much you need to remember and to know to play with them. I don't know if fluently is the right word, but to play with them with ease and to know what to do and to know like strategies and stuff. If you're trying to do things as you play and trying to figure things out, it's not gonna. I don't think Warp Coven's the kind of team you can just pick up and use like the other teams. You can use the. Well, no, you can't really. Even with Kommandos, you've got to know the abilities a bit. So, but they just seem a bit complicated and hard to use. But if you're good with them, which probably take time, probably quite powerful against the right team as well. This was a terrible terrain-wise and opponent-wise. This wasn't great for Warp Coven, which is a shame because they are a really cool
I
team.
think the terrain was the main was probably the main thing, but then combine that with the fact that there's 6 objectives on the board just made it worse.
Yeah, I have more bodies, I can get more. The terrain's, although it's awkward for you, the vantage point thing is pretty interesting, the punishing vantage point. Obviously I would say it's good because I'm a rocket boy getting a free hit, but I think it's, if you had more guys and there was more reason to go up there.
Well, yeah, there's
It
not
would
much
be
reason for you to
interesting.
go up there
No, if
when
I'm
you've got
concealed.
heavy cover to hide behind. If there was more light cover, then yeah, it'd be fine. But
This is all that comes with a Chalnath, isn't it? This terrain. Is that
it
right?
is, yeah. I always thought it was unbalanced for that box as well, because you've got sisters against Tau. If you were to just play the box, and Tau are primarily like
Shooting. aren't they?
shooting, but then it's offset slightly with the box because the Tau can place marker lights and they can actually shoot you if you're behind heavy cover,
Oh.
I think. But with this, the orcs are behind heavy cover. You've got to get close, which is what the orcs want, because they just charge you, and then they can charge you, stay concealed, fight you, kill you, and they can still be behind a wall and safe from getting shot. So they don't really expose themselves if they get.
Or if there's two of them, one of them is hidden behind the other one, aren't they? Technically, which is what I tried to do.
Well, that's all right. If one's hidden by the other, you can vantage point them. But if they're behind heavy, you can't, which is it's just a pain.
So yeah, we've gone through TAC Ops. What about your equipment? What do you think of that? It did help, I think, didn't it?
No, because every time it happened, even if I'd used it to reduce changing crit damage to normal, just every time it happened, even if I'd done that, I still would have died.
The biggest threat I felt from going back to the teams, the biggest threat I felt, and the biggest thing that was like, I felt like was in my way when I was playing, or that could stop me from doing what I wanted, was the psychic abilities and the ability to do a free action that comes with the sorcerers, like the guy did when he was on objective 1, and he charged, fought twice, which obviously you fight twice because of the ploy, but you charged, fought twice, increased the APL of another guy, and he benefited from the icon. And did he do a psychic thing as well?
I think that ploy I should have used earlier. I completely forgot about it. The fact that the psychic actions counted as you can use them alongside like shooting a pistol, and you can fight twice. But basically, I fought twice, which was 3 APL. I then was able to manifest a psychic power, which was the tack up, because the action is actually a psychic action. So I could do the psychic action for free thanks to the icon guy. Then it also used the sorcerer's ability rubric command to give the icon of flame guy an extra APL.
Oh, that was it. It was the temporal thing that slowed me down. That was so annoying.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I think it's better on
Really
a board
effective
that's
against
longer as
orc.
well.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it obviously is, but if I'm trying to get from one place to another and I can't dash the full distance, or if I can't move the full distance for whatever reason, like there was plenty of times where I could have got onto a point if I could have moved fully. And I think it was when you stopped doing that more seemed to happen for me, I think, or it seemed to become clear that it was me who had control.
The reason I stopped doing it was because by that point you already moved far enough up the board that it didn't matter so much anymore.
Fair dues.
I was like, there's not much point, because I have to activate that guy first every time, which obviously stops me doing something else before you do it. So
yeah, but yeah, I painted this team and made this team specifically to run them like just greenskins, because I think that having the chopper and slugger, the slugger's obviously not that great, but with commandos they're ballistic skills +1 even with a pistol, so that's better than greenskins. And you can remain concealed, and I wanted to try it out just to see if it was any good. It was an idea I'd had, and I'm pretty chuffed with it. It's the first time I've used the big chopper with the knob as well, and that's because it's 2+, you can pretty much hit all of your attacks, which is really good. It's just a shame he doesn't have a combi weapon like the other greenskin knob. So would you based on what you were saying earlier to me when the camera was off, probably not, but would you play Warp Coven again?
I'd play him again if it wasn't heavy cover everywhere.
Would you play against Greenskin Kommandos again? This team?
If there was not as much heavy cover, then yeah, I would. I think that was the main thing, that it just forced me into combat, and that's not a good place to be with the orcs.
Well, we could. This would be a fun thing to revisit on the channel,
Or
and we could do the grudge match.
Or I'd have the Zangors, and I'd use the Zangors instead to have more bodies.
Well, we'd obviously do a different mission as well, because we randomise the missions that we do. We just roll dice to see what we'd get. So we'd have a different mission. We could do different terrain, so we could come back to this and do a grudge match of Kommandos against.
Escalating hostilities would be really difficult. Would be a lot harder for you as greenskins, because I could slow you down and get to the centre before you could.
Is that the small ends of the board as well?
Yeah, that's like the long end. Yeah. And you need to get to the middle, and the objectives get removed, don't they? And on top of that, if there was light cover around, if you're getting onto an objective, I can use the stuff like the flux blast and the. But again, I didn't really get. I just couldn't kill any orcs first 2 turning points, even though I was shooting at orcs with 5+ saves. They just wouldn't die. So what else can you do?
Yeah, I think this terrain would be great with half of the smaller bits as light and just randomly mixed, because then you're not just safe all the time when you're near a wall. But yeah, I had fun. We'll have to revisit these teams as a grudge match and see who wins, because they are cool, the Warp Coven, and I haven't seen many battle reports with them in, so we'll have to do some more. But if you liked the video, if you made it this far, nice one. Like the video and subscribe for more if you haven't liked it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
Please
Subscribe, please. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for another battle report. Thanks for watching Brothers Grimdark. Bye!